Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Girls Frontline reaction. Today we have Anna, might be Anna, from the Slow Shock event. It took me a second to figure out what was going on with that because I looked up Anna GFL and then a bunch of Slow Shock stuff appeared. So I'm just going to listen to the song called Anna and hope that that's the right one. There is a different version of this that's like the Kanoko solo version, but I'm just going to be listening to this other one because I feel like this is probably the original. It can be kind of difficult to figure out the right context when I don't have anything to go off of, but that's kind of what I do on this channel, is just taking my best guess if people don't like directly point me at the thing. So I hope this is the right version. If you meant the other version, my bad, but I'm just going to be doing this one today. So without further ado, let's go.
Through love and hate, with joy and pain.
Yo, okay. I did not expect the choir. That's really cool. Oh, there's more. I thought it was just going to be the few voices.
For times we've shared, we raise a glass of smiles and tears and cheer for fresh air.
Those harmonies are really tight. All right. The mood has shifted now. God, their vocals are so clean. I mean, professional choir, right? They're gonna have tight harmonies. It's a really neat effect having those voices in there. Everyone kind of naturally doubling up is a really cool sound. This is so unique. It's just, I'm still processing the first part. It's interesting that they have the choir there. I'm trying to figure out what significance there may be to that specific choice. It might just be for the hell of it, but it feels so deliberate to have a choice like that. A little harpsichord action in the background. This is so neat. Ooh, okay, we're back to the full choir. Yeah, those counter harmonies are really cool. The piano going down. Bro. love the choice of the organ too. That is so cool. I don't know if I was supposed to listen to the other version, but I'm really glad I chose this one just at random choice. This was super neat. I love the choice of having a choir sing this, especially in the beginning and at the end. In the middle, it really could have been anyone. You could have put Kinoko in there, for example, but at the same time, I see why they continued the vocalist all the way through. It held it together a little bit better. If you just changed to somebody else, it would have been fine, but the intensity of it would have changed. The general mood might have shifted a little bit too much, so I see why things were consistent. But I think especially if you wanted to shake it up a little bit, you could have just had the choir in the beginning and end and then had a different vocalist in the middle. But again, I get why they did that, and it's still a really neat arrangement in general, having all the vocalists do their harmonies and everything consistently all the way through, just blended in really cool. Unfortunately, it blended so well and the mixing was so tight that I couldn't really hear what the lyrics were for like the majority of that center part. I went back to listen to it again to see if I couldn't pull any more context out of the lyrics, and I really couldn't hear much. I understood the beginning and end part, that was much clearer. There was less instruments going on, obviously, so there was just less busyness to fight with for the beginning and end, but the beginning and end parts just kind of sounded like a cheers in a way, like they were saying farewell to friends but not goodbye necessarily. Like the lyrics were basically directly saying that, like, this isn't the end, we don't say that till the end, let's continue on doing our things. And it's like, okay, so it's more or less just kind of a cheers to better times down the road and until we meet again, which I do like that sentiment, especially the way that it was arranged and everything. It felt really nice. Definitely having the organ in there helped with like the churchy vibes, almost felt like a communion hour situation. That obviously has a significant tonal mark on the song, but because I can't really tell what the story is in the main beef of the song, I can't tell what it's supposed to represent. I don't know what's up with this character. Is she that type of person? Is she the type of person to like raise a glass and be like, we're not done yet, I'll see you all later? Or is she not like that at all? I can't tell, because whatever the context would be in the center of the song was just way too muddled by everything else. That's the unfortunate byproduct of a song like this that doesn't have enough attention to really have any public lyrics. I did go and look too, and I couldn't find any sort of like a page that had them. If it has them on like a Spotify listing or something, I'm sure you need an account to do all that. And I couldn't check because if any of them did have lyrics, despite what I do here, I don't have accounts on any of those. I can't go to iTunes, I don't have an account there. I can't go to Spotify and get lyrics, I don't have an account there. And that's assuming that they're there to begin with. I checked the upload that was on SoundCloud and that didn't have it either. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'd try to tackle this without it, but that does kind of leave me stuck at not being able to figure out what the song is talking about, because I don't have the context of who this is through the story more. The music was a little bit, frankly, too generic for me to be able to pull any character out of it. There were little things in there that would usually give me hints, like the beginning and end, big hints, but also there's a lot, most of the context missing. And aside from different instrument choices like the harpsichord being in there, which you could just kind of appropriate as an accompaniment to the organ in tone, I can't tell where this is from. Like, is she Russian? Is she German? Is she Japanese? I can't tell. I would assume that there was some lyrics in there that would hint at little things like that, or maybe a different language in there. But if there was another language in there, be it Georgian based or like Germanic, I wouldn't be able to tell because it was so under the instruments that I couldn't tell what the actual words were, or if anything therein was like trying to signify something special about the character, which is a bummer because this is a really cool piece and I love the creative approach to this, but because I couldn't tell what was actually being said, it left me at a loss of figuring out what the story was without having played the game, which is mostly a me problem, but also it's like, maybe you could have put the vocals a little bit further in the front. That might have been something that the Kinoko version had over this one, where I would have been able to hear the lyrics a little bit better. Maybe the mix is different. I'm sure it would be with a choir versus a soloist, but you get what I'm trying to say here. It's a bummer. I did consider going to listen to the other version, but a part of me was like, maybe I should wait and see what the comments say. Maybe there's a difference between the two versions lyrically, and I wouldn't get the same exact approach. I'm not sure what the adjustments would be there, so it's really hard for me to just make make calls like that on the fly as much as I do try sometimes. It is a little bit of a bummer I couldn't do more with this one and figure out more about the song, but I did my best with what little I had to go off of, and unfortunately that's not really much. Again, great song. I love the creative approach to this. It is so cool hearing this sort of thing, having these choirs in here with these super tight like 5th and 7th harmonies, which are very difficult harmonies in a group setting especially, but it gets overshadowed when I don't have the context of a story to back it up. But them's the breaks sometimes, you know, you just don't get everything you need or want and you have to deal with it. But that's really all I gotta say on this one. I know this one's probably a little bit underwhelming. I think the last video was underwhelming because I screwed it up a little bit too, but hopefully that doesn't dissuade you guys from sticking around and requesting something else down in the comments below that I can listen to. If you have a different version or something that's very specific, please let me know exactly what ones, because of reasons like this. If there was the other version that I should have listened to instead of this one, these are the problems that happen. This happens in every game I cover. There'll be like remix versions or like version 2.5, not 0.4, it's different, stuff like that I have to juggle. So let me know specifically if there is a version I have to listen to versus another one, but I digress. Thank you all so very much for watching, and if you like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!